Good morning. Namaste to all of the participants present here. At the onset, I would like to thank Dr. Pitambar Humne, who is taking immense effort for this botany for you and making all these information available to all the aspirants in the life sciences, not just free of cost, but he's putting immense effort so that he can reach each and every student, and those students can make maximum out of their student life via these lectures and these initiatives. This Botany for You is a amazing platform which has been created by Dr. Humne, and I feel that in coming days it will benefit more and more of the students throughout the country. Now today, the talk which is being assigned to me is career perspectives in biotechnology, where I will be talking about the various facets of biotechnology and what are the various exams and what will be the job prospects after doing a master's course and above in biotechnology. So let's start our discussion. Now, the biotechnology is a very broad field. It is the amalgamation of so many subjects, including microbiology, molecular biology, biochemistry, tissue culture, and so on. And hence, it offers amazing possibilities and advancements in the one's career. As far as biotechnology sector is concerned, there are so many biotech companies who are revolutionizing the entire sector, and particularly two important sectors are agriculture and health or medicine. Uh, in the coming slides, with the help of certain statistics, I will show you how biotechnology is becoming more and more important to humanity and economy as well. Now, if you see what biotechnology is, so biotechnology as a word, it is a combination of biology along with technology. So when technological tools and techniques are applied for the biological processes, so that we can get so many products for human welfare, then it is called as biotechnology. Some bookish definitions are also there. For example, the controlled use of biological agents such as organisms or cellular components for beneficial use are known as biotechnology. Now, if you look into the revenue and the growth, the revenue of the biotech industry is going to become 108.2 billion in 2020, the year which is going on, although it is affected by COVID. Along with that, there are reports that it's a multi-billion dollar industry, and it has already covered $100 billion of the business in the this ongoing year. Now, this particular sector is highly innovative and it is on a growth trajectory. In fact, a very strong growth trajectory biotechnology sector is seeing. This particular sector has got immense growth potential, and it is continued to play a significant role as an innovative manufacturing hub. Now, there are so many facets of the biotechnology because of which this particular sector is going to contribute a lot to the growth of the economy of our nation. As far as India's position is concerned, it is among the top 10 to 12 biotech destinations in the world, and it is third in the Asia Pacific. It is, as a country, second highest number of US Food and Drug Administrator approved patents have been given in India, and it is the largest producer of recombinant hepatitis B vaccine. Uh, Out of the 10 biotech companies in India, in terms of revenues or the market size, seven have expertise in biopharmaceuticals and three are specialized in agri biotech. Now, as you can see, the growth is, inevitable even in the coming decade. And if year on year growth, you will see it is growing almost by 20 to 50% at large. And all these things are being driven by uh, you know range of factors are there, that includes demand, which is growing, intensive research and development activities, and strong government initiatives are also responsible for the same. Now, if you see uh, the biotechnology, the major milestones, once upon a time, the first biotechnology company, that was Biocon, which started with the production of certain enzymes. And we know that Dr. Kiran Majumdar Shaw, which is almost a face of biotechnology in India. So that story started in 78, and from 78 to 90, so many institutes were also being established by government of India, most notably the Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad. Uh, the founder director was PM Bhargav, and then iconic director, Dr. Lalji Singh, who is also called as father of DNA fingerprinting in India. Similarly, IMT Chandigarh was set up in 1984. Then a separate department under the Ministry of Science and Technology, the Department of Biotechnology, was established in 1986. And the purview of this particular department, various activities of this Department of Biotechnology is now increasing day by day. They are having so many avenues where a person in life sciences can find good career opportunities, particularly in the sector of biotechnology. In 1989, very own Bangalore Genie, it also started its operations. And now there are so many biotech companies in India, most notably in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Pune, and stuff like that. Nowadays, new companies are coming in the field of molecular diagnostics, that is upcoming field. So we were talking about milestones. So in 78 to 90, it was in infancy. 90 to 99, or you can say by 2000, so many other institutes, they were set up, or they started biotechnology course, or PhD in biotechnology course. For example, NCBS started in R&D in molecular biology. 1994, Syngene, first CRO was established. Then Monsanto Research Center was established for plant genomics. And similarly, BT cotton was approved in 1998. That was being developed by Mako and Monsanto. Now, if you see the last decade, so National Biotechnology Development Strategy was launched, and NBRA, that is National Biotechnology Regulatory Authority Bill, was introduced. And there are so many other things which are being done, and because of which this biotechnology sector is growing. So government India is taking it very seriously, and they are putting lot of efforts, autonomously as well as uh, government funded things are there, so that a student can get a good education in biotechnology. If you are aware, nowadays get B exam has also been started from year 2020, that is graduate aptitude test in biotechnology, on the lines of gate, that is being conducted by IIT, that is known as graduate aptitude test in engineering. Similarly, they have put a test that is known as get B, and then a person can get admission in the best of the universities which are mentioned there, and they also get scholarship. And different branches within the life sciences, within the purview of biotechnology, are being offered through GATB course. Biopharma plays a very important role, and it's an important part of biotechnology sector. And it contributes about 62% of the total revenues. The high demand of different biotechnological products has opened a scope for foreign companies to set up base in India. And this process is going on day in and day out. Nowadays, India has emerged as a leading destination for clinical trials, contract research, and manufacturing activities, owing to the growth in the bioservice sector. So, Department of Biotechnology is having so many facets. If you'll see various kinds of schemes, for example, BIRAC, right, and NBTV, and so many other things are there, due to which a person who is having skill in this particular sector will not remain unemployed. Yes, we need to have knowledge, we need to have a skill set in our chosen field. As you know, biotechnology is amalgamation of so many biological, what you can say, that subjects. For example, basics of molecular biology, biochemistry, microbiology, is required. In addition to that, bit of maths, bit of mechanics or engineering knowledge is also required. And as our Prime Minister has told, the Atmanirbhar initiatives, that also need, at least we should have one skill. If you want to develop your own plant tissue culture lab, how it is possible that you are not good in tissue culture and you are going to have a lab? So one or the other skill set, whether you are good in cell culturing, whether you are good in tissue culture, or you are good in genomics, a bit of bioinformatics also is a part of biotechnology. So identification of certain genomic tools or those statistical tools, one or the other skill set will be required for anyone to make himself or herself employable. It's not just degree that matters. We need to have one or the other skill set. Now, once you do your MSc, you will appear for CSIR net. Now it has become NTA, National Testing Agency, CSIR net. And once you clear or crack that exam in the field of biological sciences, one person can get PhD. And if you are net qualified, there are two big advantages. First, you are eligible to become assistant professor in any of the college or university of the country, obviously followed by an interview and a particular procedure, but you becomes eligible. Just MSc, you are not eligible. Just PhD, you are not eligible. You will be eligible for assistant professorship if you have cleared this NET exam. That is National Eligibility Test. If you are not interested in teaching, you can go for research. And if you join for a PhD program, you will get decent fellowship that ranges from 25 to 35,000 plus HRA, depending on the city in which you are residing and you are pursuing your PhD. And that money will come through CSIR automatically into your account. So one need to clear this particular CSIR exam. If you want to go abroad, then you have to clear GRE or TOEFL. So there you can go for PhD programs abroad. Or else, if somebody will clear GATE exam, that is Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering, so then you can go for MTech program, and there also a person gets scholarship for doing its MTech program for 1 year. There are so many other, women re-entry scheme, Ramalingam re-entry fellowship, and there are so many for women scientists. There are so many schemes which are being governed by Department of Biotechnology, whether it is BIRAC, uh, now a new diagnostic centers one can set up, that is known as UMEED. So all these things, when you will go to the website of DBT, you will become more aware of. Besides that, there are young scientist fellowship schemes are there. One can have independent PhD program. Once you have done your PhD, you can write projects because they are funding various research projects. Nowadays, under various SSIP, student startup and innovation policy scheme in various states, one can have one own startup. And for prototype development, they are giving from 2 lakh to 50 lakh, they are giving. So nowadays, for innovation, for setting up a prototype, now the government policy is becoming like that. Ki whatever you do, either you develop a process or prototype or a product. So if you are interested for that, they are giving ample amount of money for that particular idea. So it is very right time to be in the biological sector, particularly biotechnology, because government initiatives are also very good. Besides that, one can have one's own diagnostic lab. That law has also been passed that a person who is trained in biotechnology, biochemistry, for example, you have done MSc or MTech or PhD, so you can also have your own lab nowadays. One can go for molecular diagnostic labs, which is the new buzzword. Besides that, one can set up one's own tissue culture lab. Uh, there are so many products which are coming through tissue culture nowadays: banana, date palm, and so many other things are coming through tissue culture, and the demand is ever increasing. So there are so many things that one can do. If one is in the field of biotechnology, one can become scientist by clearing ASRV or the CSIR net exam. And no doubt you need to have some publications. You can start your journey from scientist B onwards. So research and development is one of the key area of biotechnology sector. Besides, one can go for academics. So nowadays, academics is also a good destination. Besides that, one can set up one's own setup in tissue culture or molecular diagnostic. That new avenues are also there nowadays. With the advent of genomics, genetic counseling is also now coming up. So all these things are there. Besides that, the traditional pharma sector, which is giving job to biotechnology people in the field of quality control, fermentation, production of various enzymes, animal cell lines establishment, and then production of certain kinds of antibodies, certain diagnostic kits. So all these are the new avenues that has developed. But for that, one need to have one particular skill set, whether you are good in genomics or tissue culture or your handling of the things, your pipetting skills, any one set you need to have of a good level. Besides that, if you clear one or few exams, then your candidature will become even better. Now you can see the top biotech and biopharmaceutical companies and startups in India. So there are so many nowadays. No doubt, mostly they are confined to South India. But nowadays, with the advent of Lucknow, NCR, Noida, new companies are coming up there also. So there are so many branches of biotechnology: plant, agriculture, environment, medical, marine. Besides this, proteomics and genomics, industrial biotechnology, pharmaceutical biotechnology, all of these sectors, we can have session on all these things. You know that there are certain products already in market. For example, BT cotton is already in there. In China, they have released a series of BT based products: BT sorghum, BT maize, BT rice. In India, BT brinjal, although it is ready, but it's still awaited because of some government policies. So there are so many avenues to biotechnology sector, that is in plant or agriculture, animal biotechnology that involves animal cell culture, gene cloning, and production of various kinds of enzymes, right? So all monoclonal antibodies, they all are there in animal biotechnology. Plus industrial biotechnology includes production of enzymes, production of antibiotics and related things. Similarly, diagnostics and other uh, molecules, pharma molecules, their production comes under medical biotechnology. Marine biotechnology, use of various seaweeds for different facets of human welfare, is now growing like anything. Besides that, pharmaceutical biotechnology, microbial biotechnology are also becoming more and more important. So one can go in R&D as a scientist after clearing PhD or clearing at least CSIR or ICAR or ICMR net exam. DBT is now conducting its own research aptitude examination also. One can go in agri-based industries, pharmaceutical industrial companies. There are certain training programs also by Karnataka or by BCIL, that is Biotechnology Consortium India Limited. So One can have a 6 month tenure in one of the company, will get a decent stipend, and then if mutually uh, acceptable, then a person can join that company. Besides that, service sector is also growing. Academics is evergreen. Person who are interested in academics, they can clear the NET exam and they can join it. And besides that, informatics, that is bioinformatics, genomics, and transcriptomics, all these things where the uses of softwares and computer programs, algorithms is becoming part of it. So a lot of scope is there, and this particular graph shows the various sectors of the biotechnology, including pharma, services, agri. Still, you know that biopharma is having a lion's share, almost more than 60%, followed by services, and then agri, industrial, and informatics. There are so many companies which are taking people in the capacity of scientists or managers and other. Nowadays, new incubation centers are also being set up. So persons who have done uh, masters in biotechnology followed by MBA, they are also being appointed as managers in those incubation centers, which are meant to give support to the startup companies. So many recombinant drugs are now becoming more and more common, and they are being commercialized. Few examples are given on your slide. So a person can do MSc or MBA in biotechnology, or can do MTech in biotechnology, and then one may do PhD or postdoctoral studies in the biotechnology. So these things, if you do, you will be more, uh, you know, capable of getting a good job, or even setting up your own. One can go outside also. There are so many products which are based on biotechnology, most notably golden rice and all these crops that you can see. Most of them are released in America only, very few in India. In forensic also, this particular field is getting its own importance. Besides that, you can see this GFP, that is green fluorescent protein transgenic mouse. So this recombinant DNA technology or transgenic technology is becoming more and more important to produce new products from the same organism, which is otherwise not possible. So whatever you have seen in this particular presentation, that has been taken from the various sites which are being mentioned here. And I will strongly tell you that you work hard, clear NET exam, and then there will be more avenues for a biotechnology graduate or a postgraduate. Once you clear these exams, your job prospects will increase like anything. So that was from my side. Thanks a lot for patient listening. Thanks a lot to Botany for you and Pitambar sir.